Good morning. We're in the Laws of Purim, Siman Tafresh Tzadi Aleph, Siman 695. Mitzvah laharbos b'seudas Purim. It is a mitzvah to have a large Purim Suda, to increase in the amount of food that you have. A Purim meal, a large Purim meal, a festive meal. B'seuda achas yotzim, and one fulfills his obligation with one Suda, with one festive meal. Usually on Yontiv we have 2 festive meals, Shabbos we have 3, on Purim there is just 1. Seudas Purim she'asu balayla lo yotzi chavaso. The meal, a Purim meal that one has at night, the night of Purim, one does not fulfill his obligation. So the first night of Purim we go hear the Megillah. The Seudas Purim is not after the Megillah, but rather the next day on the day of Purim, not on the evening of Purim. Umi kol makom, gam balayla yismach v'yirbe k'tzas b'seuda. However, the Ramah writes that nevertheless at the night of Purim after the Megillah, one should be sameach, be happy, and have a little bit, increase what he has at his meal a little bit. So there should be some festive meal at the evening of Purim, but that's not the mitzvah of having the festive meal. The real mitzvah of the festive meal on Purim is by the day. But nevertheless, there is somewhat of a mitzvah to have more food and enjoyment on the eve of Purim. Ubesudis achas yotzim, says the Mishnah Berurah, la'afuke miman de'amar dechayev la'echol gam b'layla shel yedalad. There's Dumya de Megillah. There's an opinion that says, just like we read Megillah twice, we read Megillah in the evening and in the morning. There is an opinion that says we have 2 Purim Sudas, one at night and one during the day, but we don't hold like that. But nevertheless, he says again that it's proper to eat in the evening. Sha'asa balayla, hanu b'lal yedalad, b'lal tezvav l'bnei aros pshita tekfar of Rizmano. He's talking about the first night of Purim, and not after Purim, obviously. Even if Purim falls out on Saturday night, and you already had a very big meal for Suda Shlishis. You had your herring and your bagels and your tuna and egg salad and whatever it is, and you already had a nice meal for Suda Shlishis. So nevertheless, it's still good to have a larger festive meal at the evening of Purim. Mikol Makam, nevertheless, Purim. He says you have to have a little bit more food for the honor of Purim. But this Suda that we're talking about, the mitzvah to have food the evening of Purim, is not like the mitzvah to have the Suda, the real Purim meal, the next day. There you have to have more. So what we're saying is that the mitzvah to have the big Suda, the big Purim feast, that is only by the day. But nevertheless, there is somewhat of a mitzvah to increase in the amount of food and to celebrate even at the evening of Purim. But that's not the real festive meal of Purim. That happens on the daytime. Okay? Kasu Achronim, the later rabbis write, Dinachon Lilbosh Big Day Shabbos Gan came in Be'erev, Vimtza Achar Kach Beso Neiros Dolkos, V'shulchan Aruch Umita Mutzaz. He says that the evening of Purim, it's also appropriate to wear your Shabbos clothes. We're supposed to dress very nicely for Purim, to honor Purim. And it should be that when you get home from shul after reading the Megillah, that there should be lights on, it says candles lit, and your table should be set and your bed should be made. So we honor Purim almost similar to the way we honor Shabbos in that respect. Okay? This was the first halacha about the Purim Suda, the Purim meal. And tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next time we learn, probably next week, we'll start talking about the mitzvah to drink on Purim and the details about that and what it means. Wishing everyone a great day and a beautiful Shabbos.